Alright, much brew about nothing time. Playing some Enduring Ideal in Modern. And... okay. I like this hand. Hopefully we're playing against a creature deck. We have Sphere of Safety and Ghostly Prison. So good if it's a creature matchup. Opponent goes to 6. Well, let's Flagstones. Pass turn. Dovescape is fine to cast. We'd rather search it out with Enduring Ideal, but we always discard it to hand size. Stomping Grounds for our opponent. Alright, Mistful Plains, go. Don't really want to play Ruined Halo yet, because I'm not sure what our opponent's on. This could be a Scapeshift deck, could also be like a Zoo deck. Still not sure. Teamer midrange? Another Ruined Halo. Well, we'll just play Ghostly Prison. But Ruined Halo, you kind of got to have some amount of information. Against some decks, it's very obvious what you name. But since we don't even know exactly what our opponent's playing, we got to wait until we have more info. Okay. I think this is an infinite combo deck. Well, there's a Plains. Yeah, let's pass the turn. Not really sure. Trick-or-treating. Not really sure what's happening. Sarkin. Okay. And passes. We might just die here. I really don't know. We'll play Sphere of Safety. Pass the turn. It doesn't seem like a card you can play unless there's a combo. I'm not sure what that combo is, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening. Opponent gets a forest. This is not a budget deck. They're full-on Zendikar fetches. So this is intentional, whatever it is. It's not like they're playing this because they have to. Okay. And our opponent scoops. Oh, goodness. Well, Pithing Needles coming in. O-Ring, I guess. Maybe the other Greater Oromancy. I have no clue what's going on. Let's go down ley lines. That may or may not be correct. Ruined Halo. And maybe keep a... let's keep a... Alright, we'll keep a... Oh, we got 61 cards. Alright, 2 ley lines, 2 Ruined Halos, bring in Needles. Yeah, let's try it like this. Still do not know what our opponent's doing. Our opponent says they have a sideboard made for our deck. As hard as it's to believe that. Because who has a sideboard for Enduring Ideal? Banishing Lights and O-Rings galore. Well, I guess that means we know what we're naming with a... Know what we're naming with this Nevermore. One of those two, probably. Got our Mismatched Ghostly Prison, Suppression Field. Windswept Teeth for our opponent. Cracks it. Sacred Foundry. Alright, let's just... Suppression Field. Slow down our opponent's fetches. Also good against Gilder Bairn, good against planeswalkers. Just seems very good in this matchup. So it's going to cost our opponent 2 to crack their fetch. And they crack it. Gets a Steam Vents. Well, let's play a Plains. 1, 2, 3. Play a Ghostly Prison. Nykthos will help us ramp into our Enduring Ideal. Right now we only have 2 white mana symbols. We can play 2 more though. That's 4, 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah, we're still a little bit away from Enduring Ideal. Opponent gets a forest. And our Ralph. And a Gilder Bairn. We draw Plains. Let's play Nykthos. I still don't know what to name. Let's just... Do we need to play Nevermore for the sake of... Alright. Let's just play Ghostly Prison. I was wondering if we had to play Nevermore for the white mana symbols for Nykthos, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. And I guess we name Gilder Bairn since... I assume that that's got to do something horrible for us. I have no idea what, but... Suppression Field doing a ton of work. Maybe I should have saved the Needles, since Suppression Field makes this cost a ton of mana anyway. Alright, opponent has Nahiri. Thankfully, they can't activate Nahiri. Oh, suppression field. So good. Opponent passes. Let's play a plains. 1, 2. Yeah, we're still pretty short. Let's play Ghostly Prison. Pass the turn. This Nahiri is annoying. Definitely regretting playing Needle on Gilder Bairn. I guess this is this to put counters on your planeswalkers? Just like the world's worst doubling season? There's an O-ring. Going after suppression field. Nahiri gets a Ghostly Prison. And opponent passes. Well, that's Nevermore. And I guess we're going to name Nahiri so our opponent can't play additional Nahiris. This puts us in a position where if our opponent doesn't exile something and we draw land, we can Enduring Ideal. Opponent has another O-ring. I'm still incredibly confused about what our opponent's deck is doing. We've seen 2 random planeswalkers. Like, if you're going to do this, why don't you just, if this is your plan, I don't know why you don't just Doubling Season. Opponent passes. Well, 1, 2. Play Greater Oromancy. Play Phyrexian Unlife. Pass the turn. There goes Greater Oromancy. Well, we have the mana needed to Enduring Ideal. See if our opponent has a counter or something. So this turned into a very odd game. There's a Sarkhan. Pumps up the Dorks. Can't attack because of our Ghostly Prisons. Well, looks like we're going to get our Enduring Ideal down. Not sure what we're searching for yet. So, 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, 5 mana, 6, 7 mana. Alright, there's Enduring Ideal. Now we just got to figure out what we're tutoring for. We need something... Maybe we just got to kill... We still have Nevermore, right? We do. Alright, so let's just get an O-ring. O-ring... We could O-ring the O-ring to get back... Needle and Needle Nahiri? That gets us more mana symbols. Yeah, let's just get rid of Nahiri. That's fine. So, Enduring Ideal. We can't cast spells for the rest of our game. But we get to tutor for an enchantment every upkeep. So, hopefully, this tutoring for enchantments will be enough. If we can lock enchantment removal out of the game, I feel much better about where we're at. For instance, next turn getting Dovescape would be really good. But we can't really do that until we get rid of this Nahiri that can just keep sniping down our enchantments. We've already lost 2. And double O-rings. So attacking just isn't that great because they got to pay 4 to attack. So they can't even activate the Gilder Bairn. So opponent gets in 4-1. Alright, opponent does have the mana needed to Gilder Bairn, so they can double the counters on Sarkhan Vol, and then ultimate, I guess. Problem is, how are they going to win through Ghostly Prisons? So I guess with Gilder Bairn, they can essentially ultimate a Planeswalker every turn. Pretty nifty. Unfortunately for them, ultimating Sarkhan, not very good. Right now. And opponent... passes. Alright, so we get to copy our epic spell. Could get another O-ring. What's safest? Well, Dovescape is pretty safe. Dovescape, go. Dovescape, whenever a player casts a non-creature spell gets countered, player gets a bunch of doves equal to its converted mana cost. So that pretty much locks out any enchantment removal minus... I don't know. Rexage, something like that. Creatures that destroy enchantments. Opponent passes. So they get a bunch of dragons, but the dragons aren't super scary here. And we can kind of just lock it in further, I think, from this point. With... yeah, I guess we just get Sphere of Safety. So this, if you watch the instant deck tech, this is kind of what we talked about with the deck. Cover all your bases with your Enduring Ideal. Get the lock real hard before you go for the kill. So I think now we're getting close to the point where we can... it's got to cost an infinite number to attack. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to attack with one creature. Yeah, so our opponent pretty much can't attack. So now we're getting to the point where maybe this turn or the next turn we can actually get a finisher and try to close out the game. And our opponent scoops it up. So we didn't even have to go through the finishing process. We just got far enough ahead that our opponent really couldn't come back. Yeah, well, that was good. Our opponent's matchup was a little weird. I like their combo, though. Still, not convinced that that's better than Doubling Season. It's cool that it's repetitive, so you can ultimate a Planeswalker over and over again. Thing is, if you can ultimate a Planeswalker, you should just be able to win the game. Usually, Planeswalker ultimates are good enough that you don't need to do them 3 or 4 times in a row to win. If you do, then the Planeswalker's probably not what you're looking to do anyway. So I don't know if there's a huge benefit over Doubling Season, especially considering you got to play a 1/3 that dies to Lightning Bolt, then attack with it to get it tapped, then pay more to double. So I think it's cool, but I have a hard time imagining it's more competitive than just using Doubling Season in that role.